think number 1 is very interesting, but 4 and 5 I have never heard any congregation sing before. These are my top 5 most forgotten Adventist hymns. Let's get into it. So number 1 on the list is SDAH 200. So this hymn falls into a category where I call the metrical index of tunes category. In the hymnal, some of the hymns share similar tunes, and so number 200 shares the same tune with number 522, for instance. My hope is built on nothing less. And so what most congregations often do is we tend to sing my hope is built on nothing less, but we forget to sing the same tune with number 200. And so it turns out people tend to forget number 200. Number 2 is SDAH 74. So what I find with this hymn is that most choirs learn it in churches where you have choirs that do processions and recessions. Most choirs learn this song as a processional hymn. And the moment the choir learns the song, the congregation does not sing it. And so the song becomes the choir's property, and the congregation tends to avoid it because the choir or a group in the church has learned them. The third hymn, number 311. So number 311 sounds more like a special item. And so for this third song, we have the special item category, where congregations avoid these songs because it sounds like a soloist singing them. And so, for example, number 311, congregations tend to avoid them. The fourth song on the list is number 440. So the reason why I said number 4 and number 5, congregations don't sing them. If you open the SDAH 440, How Cheering is the Christian's Hope, you realize that it looks a bit different. You find that typically the stanzas are written between both clefs. But for 440, it looks a bit odd because the stanzas are written below the stave. And so because it looks different, congregations avoid them. Then last but not least, you would understand the reason why I say this hymn has never been sung in congregations, because what we actually see in the hymnal is not what is typically sung in church. So 580 is This Little Light of Mine. Fortunately or unfortunately, we have become accustomed to the gospel version of it. And so most people sing the gospel version of it rather than singing what is in the hymnal. If you really want to know what's in the hymnal, you could ask your music director or put in the comments. I'll make a video on that, on what 580 actually sounds like. Among these hymns or these categories we've discussed, which particular category does your congregation typically avoid? Tell us in the comments and let's start the conversation. Thank you so much for watching. Always remember, Christ is coming soon, so get ready. But until then, keep singing to lift up his name. Take care of yourself and bye-bye.